Compared to major emitting industries like manufacturing new buildings or moving products around the world, music has an extremely small carbon footprint, but it is embedded in and relies on all of those massive emitting infrastructures. The project that we're working on this year is really about mapping the city of Glasgow. It's about thinking of all of the musical activity that happens in the city and using two kinds of maps. One is a geospatial map, so we've mapped over 200 spaces in the city where music happens. And then we've also done what's called a social network analysis map, where we've asked questions of music organizations about how they relate to one another, who their energy suppliers are, who their food caterers are, and essentially trying to think about the carbon footprint generated by those organizations. It's now a matter of trying to translate that information and those research findings to the music organizations and small businesses in a way that makes sense to them and in a way that they can then use. They can take those findings and actually do something practical with them. I've been working in collaboration with a charity called Creative Carbon Scotland, and they're an environmental charity.
We do a lot of work with the arts and culture sector itself on running in more sustainable ways. So looking at things like energy usage, touring, how audiences get to and from gigs. We also do a lot of public engagement type work. So working with artists and musicians to help communicate messages around climate change and to work as part of sustainability projects to make them a bit more accessible or creative. We want to be the people who are trying things for the first time so that then others can take that on. And I think that's why working with researchers like Matt can be really useful.
We had collected all this information, so we needed a particular way to bring people to those research findings, but also to present that research in a way that was clear, simple, and practical. And that's what the GKEF allowed us to do. As academics, we often struggle to think about how our work connects and communicates with the world outside. And without the GKEF funding, we wouldn't have a clue of how to do that because we wouldn't be able to hire the right people with those skills. And it provided us the resource to do all those things.
We're really keen to work with researchers, but sometimes it's quite difficult to do in the structures that are available. So having learned from this project, I think it's something that we certainly want to do a lot more of. And we're keen to explore avenues for making that happen.
Creative Carbon Scotland don't have strong research capacity. That's what I can bring to them. What they can bring to me is a network of communicators and skills in actually engaging with everyone who's interested in this topic outside of the academy. The GKEF funding has allowed that connection to happen and work that, that meets both of those needs.